Hey, y'all, if you want a personalized shout out, roast, pep talk, or just an inside joke from Sis and Tell, we are now on Cameo.
Birthdays, breakups, bar mitzvahs, we do it all. So go find us on cameo.com by searching Sis and Tell.
Okay, now on to the show.
Sis and Tell, a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of nothing. Sis and Tell, a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of nothing.
Hey, Allie.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Well, Wally's going to have to say goodbye to a couple of his friends.
Why?
Wally the dog.
I know.
His two best friends.
Oh, the twins?
Not my twins.
Who?
His twins. His twins.
His twins? I'm so confused.
His nuts, Allison. His
Oh. I was not catching
Yeah.
what you were throwing out there.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
it's taken you a while. How old is he?
He's a little more than 18 months old. He'll be 2 in August. But the
Okay.
vet said she really wanted us to wait until he was 2 years old because he's a large breed dog. Like
Oh.
his dad was a German Shepherd. His mom is a black lab. So we know, just spoiler alert, I'm talking about my dog, not a child. We really want his singing voice to just stop where it is. But
Oh gosh.
but it's better for them because then once their growth plates are done growing, that's when you want to do it because then it can really mess up their joints if you don't. They're more likely to have joint problems and arthritis and cancer, all these things.
Who knew? Okay.
The vets knew.
But you know what? When Bob Barker used to say this at the end of The Price is Right, he should have said, spay and neuter your dogs, but ask your vet the right time to do it according to
Yes.
breed and size.
Yes. Well, and I thank God I asked because when we rescued him, the rescue group was the litter he came from. They wanted to neuter and spade them all at 8 weeks old, like a week
Yeah.
after everyone got them. And our friends got a very big dog that was neutered that early, and he has massive anxiety, right?
Wow.
But they've had him since he was a puppy, and I looked it up, and apparently also it can cause mental health issues.
Okay, that is crazy.
If you've neutered
I
your
mean, no
dog,
pun intended, but
yeah,
yes.
like he's major anxiety, and I think it's because of being neutered too early. That's what ChatGPT told me. Okay, not a
Okay.
vet, I should say, but no, it's very
vet GPT. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, so that's also another thing because they're like his personality, like he was fine. I remember meeting him when he was a puppy, and he was very sweet and easygoing, and now he's like scared of his own shadow. It's so sad. But
All right. This is a good PSA then. I mean,
yeah.
I know you're just sort of sharing poor Wally's upcoming removal, but that's a
Yeah.
good PSA for people who have dogs. I would have never thought about that because I think, well, we had a girl lab and she was on the smaller side, but
Yeah.
she got neutered, spayed when she was, oh gosh, probably 8 weeks. I mean,
Yeah.
young, 8 or 10 weeks.
But she lived a long, healthy life.
She did. She had a bar mitzvah.
Yes.
She died right before she turned 14. And she, as far as I know, didn't have any mental health issues. Although, it's hard to tell in this family
Right.
what normal looks like. So,
Do you remember when Arthur, who is Allison's oldest, when he was really little, he saw like a ghost of a chicken or something? He thought he saw like a chicken in the hallway, and he ran into the kitchen yelling and
yes,
screaming and
yes.
upset. And he goes, "Buck, buck, buck, mommy, buck, buck, buck."
I sort of remember this.
I remember
Yes.
this story. And you're
Buck,
like, he's
buck,
seeing
buck.
buck, buck, mommy.
You
Like
seeing
he
a chicken
saw-
ghost?
Like he
Oh
saw
my
like
God.
a chicken. I don't know. Buck, 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 mommy.
Oh my God.
He couldn't say chicken, so he said buck, buck, buck. Like what?
Oh my gosh.
I'd like to know what it was,
I'm going to ask him if he has any childhood memories of seeing a ghost chicken.
So I did survey Arthur recently on something because I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago when I did that show in North Carolina.
Yeah.
with a couple of people who were from the big city, not from the South, and they were freaking out over all the pine trees. And I was like, maybe that's the equivalent of me going to California and seeing the redwoods, right? And being so excited about these big trees, but the people in California get as excited about them.
Oh, they're pretty remarkable. I
Right.
mean,
I think they do get
are,
excited about
yeah,
them.
I would imagine they do. What would Arthur say?
He said, "I'll ask around," and I never heard back from him. I need to
He's still asking. He's still crowdsourcing
Right.
for you.
This is the saddest podcast fodder ever. Do Californians also get excited about trees?
Are
Right.
trees exciting? Well, speaking of Arthur, we were out in California visiting him, and Levi and Abe came with us. And so he has taken on many hobbies and interests, but one of his main thrills is going to see the Valkyries play basketball. Now, this is WNBA. The Valkyries are only starting their second season. They're
I was
the
gonna ask if they
yeah.
were new because I don't. Is a Valkyrie? What are the
a female warrior.
Oh, it's
Because
a female
they're
warrior?
the companion piece, or I don't know how else to say it. That
To the
sounds terrible, but
Is that a
they're
Viking?
the WNBA partner to the Warriors, which is the San Francisco NBA team.
Okay.
So they're the Valkyries, and it also means something probably more in depth. But yes, basically like the female version of the Warriors, and they're
Think of
awesome.
Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah. These are cool badass women. So he has gotten really into the Valkyries. He bought himself season tickets for this year. So we got tickets on StubHub and we went. All of this to say is the game was awesome, but not just because it was filled with diehard fans. And I love it that the fandom is already so committed after just a year. They love it. Was a packed stadium at Chase. It was incredible, but also because I figured out many jobs that we can do in life just going to this game.
What
And
can
we are
do?
missing real opportunities. Okay.
Okay. I need my next
I wrote some of
calling in
these
life,
down.
so I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Okay. One is obvious. We should be WNBA or MCs and crowd what are they calling?
Fluffers?
Yeah. I'm not sure it's crowd fluffers, but they
Yeah.
run all of the little
The rousers.
games, a crowd rouser. They
Yeah.
introduce the halftime show. All that stuff. They get to dress in cool, sparkly outfits. I mean, these are people who every time she spoke, and she was great, whoever their MC person is, I'm like, I could do that. I couldn't be the mascot. The mascot had some great
I
moves.
could be the mascot.
No, the mascot's very, mascots have
Like
a
a
very
gymnast.
good
Yeah.
job. Yeah, they're like gymnasts. And we were trying to decide, is a female mascot on the outside, but we were trying to decide who's inside the costume.
I would hope
Whoever
they
it
would stay
was,
on
they had
brand.
moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, but the whole time I kept turning to the boys saying, I could do this job. I would love this job. They're like, you'd
Do
be
you
great at
know
this job.
enough about basketball? Do you know enough about basketball?
Here's the beauty of it. You don't. First of all, I know. I played basketball and I love basketball.
Yeah.
But you don't have to know anything. This is not the announcer. You're
Okay.
confusing this with the announcer. This
Yes,
is
I am.
literally the woman who's like, and let's hear it for your Valkyries, right? Like they're just literally getting the crowd riled up.
Did she have a British accent? Because you just kind of did a British.
I didn't know. No, she had just a standard, I think, California kind of no accent.
I would like to be the person that shoots the t-shirts in the t-shirt gun.
Okay, she's in charge of the t-shirt people.
Okay.
They have
Okay.
people who come out, and you can also throw them, but she's the one saying, here they come. I'm telling you, she is basically the forward-facing event organizer that has nothing to do with basketball. So anything
She's
and
the face of all the
snacks.
fun things.
So
She's the
besides
face of the
positions-
Ungapach.
She's right. She's the face of the Ungapach. So which we're good at Ungapach. Anyway, that's one job we could do is, and I'm going to just put it in the category of WNBA because women's basketball is killing it right now. They are awesome, and we want to get into the throes of this. So WNBA MC. Second, and I'm not sure this is really a job, but do you know what is alive and well at these stadiums?
The wave.
How did you know that?
I didn't. Because is that what you're gonna say?
How did you even guess that? Like of all the things I was going to say.
Because we share a brain. We share a brain.
You are 100% correct. The wave. And it reminds me and now you have to help me think. There is a scene in a movie where they're talking and they're doing the wave at the same time.
Yeah.
Can you remember that
No,
movie?
I don't even know what you're
I'm gonna have
talking
to look it
about.
up. There's
I-
it's like, and I'm picturing
I
Billy
always-
Crystal for some reason.
Oh yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
like,
Go look it up. He's always at a basketball game in a movie. Are you sure it's
Yeah.
not When Harry Met Sally?
maybe it is Harry
Where
Met
he's
Sally. Maybe
talking,
that's
he's talking with his friend about relationships. And by the way, I'm always trying to make the wave happen, even in inopportune times. Funerals, the wave.
Yeah.
Weddings, the wave.
so. You could
You're
see
just
that
like,
they were
yeah.
trying
Did you
to
even hear what
start
I
it.
said? I was like, we should be doing the wave at the funerals, and you're like, yeah.
Not a wave at funerals. Did I say
Okay.
yes? I
That's
did
a
not say
wake.
yes.
You go, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
go, yeah. Because you weren't
Yeah.
paying attention to what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's just the wake at the funeral, not the waves.
Oh, at one point, though, to your point, they were trying to start the wave. We could see people trying to start it,
Yes.
and it didn't go anywhere. And that made us really sad.
Sometimes
and
it
then,
takes time.
Sometimes it takes time. Then all of a sudden, it started. And once it starts, here's the funny thing. How does it stop? How does it know when to stop?
Can we look up who created the wave? Like, how long has that been happening?
All right, let's that's a good question, but let's circle back. Yes, I am thinking of Harry Met Sally. There's a scene at the baseball game when Harry and Sally are talking in the stands at Yankee Stadium while the crowd around them does a wave. I think, is it Harry and Sally?
Are they both doing it together?
Maybe. I thought it was Harry and his friend, Bruno. What character does he play? I'm looking this up. All right, I just looked up the clip, and Chatty G, this is why you can't always trust AI people. Chatty G says it was from Harry Met Sally, and it's Harry and Sally at a baseball game. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I'm looking at the clip right now, and it is not. It is Harry and what's his name?
His friend.
His friend. Yeah, sorry, friend. But Harry and his friend at a football game. And they're talking, and the wave's going on. And as the wave's going, they stand up and they do it, and then they just keep talking.
Okay, well, the history of the wave was credited to crazy George Henderson, a professional cheerleader and entertainer, in October 1981. It wasn't that long ago. That's
what
crazy.
year again? Say that again.
It says October 1981
That can't be right.
during a Major League Baseball game between the Oakland A's and New York Yankees. Henderson led fans in a coordinated wave at the Coliseum. He had experimented versions of it earlier at hockey and soccer games, but this was one of the first nationally visible uses. Wait, so I don't know if he's he was a professional, but he was a professional cheerleader going around to all these different types of games to get the wave going. Seriously.
Yeah.
A few weeks later, the wave exploded in popularity at University of Washington football games in Seattle. Many people in Seattle therefore claim the wave was invented there, especially by UW band leader Rob Weller and Husky fans during an 81 game against Stanford. Interesting.
Interesting.
So the likely truth is Henderson popularized and systematized it. College football crowds helped spread it nationally, and television made it contagious. But
that is crazy.
But there are earlier versions. In the 1930s, synchronized standing and cheering occurred in some soccer and hockey crowds. In the 1960s, Mexico, there were reports of coordinated crowd waves at soccer matches. I like it's like the reports. In the 1970s, versions appeared sporadically in North America at stadiums. Okay. So I think he really helped really systematize it because he was going to all these different sporting events. He's like, I'm going to make the wave happen.
We are making this a thing. It's like us trying to make these words part of vernacular. Okay, so this is even crazier because when Harry Met Sally came out in 1989, so just 8 years later, they are incorporating the wave, which had just become, I guess, popular or a thing 8 years before in the United States, into one of the most iconic movies of all times. And Bruno Kirby, Billy Crystal, that's the scene, who played Jess, that was his character name, and Harry. Crazy. So add that to the list. We could also be strategic wave coordinators. We'd be happy to do that job in addition to the MC duties. I don't think that's too much to ask just to do the wave.
Do you try and start the wave ever? Are you a
No.
wave starter?
No, because I feel like nothing feels better than being the first to start the wave. And likewise, nothing feels more depressing than trying to start the wave and it having no momentum.
Well, you just have to keep trying, Allison.
You have to keep, as I see your body
Also,
waving.
Right?
keep
Yeah.
waving.
I just also want to say something. Like I will do this with you. We could find a WNBA in the Southeast, maybe a farm team that would want us there. Do WNBA? Do they have farm teams? What's going on in Chattanooga with the farm
No,
team?
you're thinking of baseball. Baseball has farm teams.
Well, what is? There's got to be a farm team for, or even like, you know what? It's the summer teams. Okay, Harlem Globetrotters, right? They were like the Savannah Bananas of basketball. There's got to be.
You do know there's an Atlanta team, WNBA.
Yeah, but I'm saying we may have to build up to that and start in like a smaller city.
I don't think we have to start small. I think we go straight for the Atlanta Dreams and tell them we are available. You live there. I'm 2 hours away. We could do that.
Why
There's
are they
only
gonna
there's like
wanna
there's not that
hire
many home
us?
games.
That's why I think you need to try and get the wave going at local sporting events, and then when they see you, like we've got to build our resume, and part of that is the ability to start a wave when the wave isn't happening. Allison,
Okay. Well, coincidentally, I'm going to our new baseball stadium tonight.
okay,
And I don't know, Alan will not be happy if I am taking this on, but I'll think about it on the way there.
this is what's gonna happen. Okay, Allison,
I'm going to need a lot of beer. I'm
For
going
the,
to
no,
need a
you are
lot
not.
of beer.
You're not gonna need beer to wave your hands and
I
get
know
everyone
everybody
to do
at
it.
this stadium. This is Chattanooga.
This is why it will happen. Why is it? This is okay. First of all, if doing the wave, I seriously doubt that starting a wave is going to embarrass you. And do it for the podcast because you can record your like live trying to do it in your phone. Do a voice memo or even a selfie video, and then you're going to add it in right after this to report back in. You're going to edit. We might be late with posting the podcast if you have to edit this back in, but you can do it tonight.
All right.
Report back in.
I will report back in. I will voice memo or record it, and I'll get you live footage.
Okay.
Which okay. So if I actually do it, you're going to hear it right now.
To the wave.
Okay, I'm here at the baseball game at Erlanger Park in Chattanooga. There's a little bit of a problem. First of all, it's not We started too soon. I have inspired many. Well, two. And Cynthia, yeah. Okay, first of all, it's not a full circle, so that's one problem. The other problem is we're actually up on this balcony. So it's a little hard to start a wave when you're up on a balcony and we only have a few people. But I have asked ChatGPT what constitutes a wave. Also, I should add, it is Spanish Heritage Night. I don't know if you can hear me. It is Spanish Heritage Night, and the Lookouts, our team, are not even called the Lookouts. They're called the Montañas. And I figured out Spanish to say the wave in Spanish is La Ola, so we're gonna do La Ola. Now I gotta get the people next to me to actually do the wave, so wish me luck. All right, we have people who are ready for this, so I think this is gonna happen. It's gonna be a small but mighty wave. A small but mighty wave. We're ready for this. Okay, we are ready to wave. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Now it's time for the catch the line save game.
Oh wait, they're gonna do it. All right, this is momentum. Okay, hold on. Woo! Oh my God, almost. We need those people to help us. Come on, we're gonna wait. Ready? All right, oh look. Oh, we got people. All right, hold on. Whoa! Almost. It's gonna keep going. Oh, down there, they're doing a little bit. All right, let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Woo! All right, we see some people dancing. Does that count as a wave? They're waving. Yeah. So we did what constituted a wave. I'm not sure it was the wave, but I'm pretty happy. You know what? It's a good start. Until next time. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. We either just had a really awkward pregnant pause or actually tried it. So we'll
I
have
think
to see.
I'm
I'm
going to
looking forward to
predict.
hearing.
I'm going to predict that you were able to get a little wave going, and it was very exciting, and that
I'm going to
Alan got
predict
into
that.
it.
I'm going to predict that our friends who came with us, Cynthia and Tom, just sort of waved at me, and that's what counted as the wave. So we'll see. I predict beer definitely came into play either way. We'll say. All right. So, okay. I'm not done with my list. MC, wave. Oh, this is the last one on my
What
list.
are other jobs?
You ready for this? And
Yes.
I know this is going to sound unusual, but a crosswalk motivator. Do you know what that is?
Oh, what? Wait, this is you saw crosswalk motivators at the game, like
Okay.
after the game. Is
So
trying
I
to
think
get.
I think they technically call them uniformed officers, but I would like to refer to them as crosswalk motivators.
Not crosswalk life coach.
Because as we're going to the game, you know, we get dropped off in our Uber, like however far away, and then we have to walk there. And which, by the way, it wasn't an Uber, it was a Waymo. But put a pin in that. We're going to come back to that.
Pin has been
So
put.
we get
Yeah.
dropped off, and we're walking, and there's a series of crosswalks, and as you can imagine, like big crowds coming. So one of the crosswalk officers is like, every time it turned green, she was facilitating the crowds, but she
Yeah.
was doing such a great job. She was like, and it's green, and let's go, let's go, let's go. We're counting down from 10 and 9, and we got 5 seconds, and I go,
Oh, it's like
"Oh my
jazzercise. I
gosh,
feel
it
like
was-
I'm in a Zumba class.
it was literally like jazzercise. She may not have been that enthusiastic. In my brain, I've recalibrated it, so
Yeah.
it feels like Richard Simmons might have been leading the crosswalk crossing. But I did say to myself, oh my gosh, I could totally be a crosswalk motivator. And so for the rest of the time as we left, I'm like, and we're walking, and the people next to us were like, wow,
Shut
this
up.
is really helpful. No, they
Let's
liked it.
go.
They thought it was
Did she have
fun.
a whistle?
She probably did. I don't even think she needed to use it because she was just
Who's-
talking us through the walk.
Who's the musician that talks through that thing and it sounds like Peter Hampton? Peter, you know who I'm talking about?
Maybe.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about? I feel like crossing guards also have whatever that instrument is called. Like the crossing guards also have the ability through the whistle to sound
Mm.
like they're yelling expletives at you, and they're
Yeah.
very intimidating. Our school crossing guards do an excellent job putting their lives at risk every day, and they use that whistle to their advantage because they are like, I'm like, I know you're not saying words, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Can you
And I-
imagine if you had a whistle just in life? Like you're like you walked around and like somebody's, you know, like walking too slow on the sidewalk, whistle, right? Somebody's in the grocery store and taking like the banana stack you wanted, whistle.
Oh, it's giving me anxiety just you saying whistle.
Oh, this could be such a funny video. Oh my gosh. All right, after I start the Wave at the Lookouts game, I'm going to
Yes.
go to Publix and I'm going to whistle people.
Oh yeah,
Just
they're gonna
kidding.
ban you from Publix.
They are. They are. All right, let's get back to Waymo. Have you ever
Okay.
been in a Waymo?
No, I'm so look. I see nothing but like these crazy videos of Waymos like getting stuck on train tracks and running red lights and people getting trapped in Waymos on the way to the airport. There's nothing about it that I've seen that I'm like I'm gonna get into one of those. I don't want to be trapped in a car. What it like?
You're not trapped in a car. I don't
Yeah.
know what kind of video.
Do
You're
they
watching
lock
like
you
horror
in?
films that are suggesting these are Waymos,
Yeah,
like natural rides.
it's like a Stephen King novel.
They- I'm going to tell you something. This is the future. Waymo is the future. And if the whole world converted to these cars, I'm not suggesting it ever will because I think people like their independence and want to have their own car. But if they did, I don't even think we'd have any more accidents. We wouldn't have people speeding. You probably could cut down on law enforcement enforcing traffic violations and let them do jobs that are related to crimes. Maybe you wouldn't even have crimes, but it was amazing. We rode one a few years ago when we were in San Francisco, and then we got to ride one this time a little bit longer. It's the coolest thing. You don't have to talk to anybody. I mean, we talk to each other. I think they're going to change that. My prediction is they're going to have AI driven drivers,
so
right?
you can chit chat and ask some questions.
Yeah, because I think our inclination when we encounter a computer is, even though we know it's not a person, is to want to talk to it. Like
Yeah.
we talk to our phones, we talk to AI.
We want
So
to
I went in
query.
there and
We've
I'm
got
like, "Hi,
queries.
how are you?" Yeah.
Yes.
You want to be like, why are you going this way? Or, can we make a stop?
Or,
Anything.
or when was the wave invented? Yeah.
Things like that. But it was actually the coolest thing, and it felt very fluid. They were watching. There's a screen where you can watch what the Waymo sees in terms of detecting, sort of like seeing like a movie about, I
You
don't know,
get like the
the
perspective
government.
of you get a
Yeah,
perspective of the cameras, or you're saying it's a little
it's
documentary.
no. You get a perspective of the cameras, but it's like the government when they're like trying to track down, like they're using heat sources to track down people in buildings, or the FBI,
Oh,
things like that.
yeah,
It
yeah.
looks like that. Like you can see all of the heat sources around, and if there's a passenger, or if there's a pedestrian crossing, if there's a dog, if there's somebody on a
It
bicycle or a
sounds like
skateboard,
Terminator to
it's
me.
it is kind of like that. But it is so cool. The whole time we were in there, all we were saying is, this is way cool. And it stops for pedestrians when they're not even on a crosswalk. Like there is a woman waiting, the Waymo stops, lets the pedestrian go by, and we're like, "Good job, Waymo. Good job." It's also very kind and considerate.
Apparently, there are actually real people who are helping the Waymo as it's driving, like they're in some sort of Mario Kart video game in another country.
Well, they're not driving the car though.
I don't know. I hear things.
You think they were probably listening in on our conversation, I'm
Probably.
sure.
But that's I don't really care if the government is listening in or Waymo is listening in on my conversation, be it, texting or right now, because we're obviously like I have a podcast. Everyone's listening. Isn't that the goal? Is for everyone to listen.
Listen to me.
I don't
Please listen to me.
even if the CIA is listening, I'm like, great. Did you download and subscribe? So, it happens often where we are able to guess what each other is thinking, which is really fun and uncanny. And I came across this TikTok, or maybe it was Instagram, I don't know, of all these questions you should ask your spouse to see how well they know you. And I screen grabbed them because though you're not my spouse, you are my
The sister from the same mister.
Yeah, the sister from my same mister and mommy. So I would so I thought they were so funny, and I bet we could guess each other's. Okay.
Okay.
So, or this one I'm going to try and guess you. If the question is, if you lost me in a grocery store, what aisle would you check first?
Oh, well, you know me.
I do know you. Yeah. It would. I was going to say.
Or should I write it down and then you have to
Yes,
guess
you
it?
write it
Okay.
down, and
Okay.
then so I
Oh,
know what aisle you would
I
be
know.
in for
As I'm
this.
writing it, I think you can even
Yeah, this will be
guess.
so easy.
Okay, say it.
1, 2, 3. Chips.
Well, you don't have
Oh,
to.
yeah.
You
Oh,
don't
I
have
don't
to
have
say
to
it. I'm
count it.
holding up
Okay,
a
chips.
sign.
There it goes. Chips.
Yep, it's Miss Chips, ladies and gentlemen. You can't see it, but yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
that's fun.
The
Do it
second one.
again.
Okay. If
This is
I
like the newlywed game.
Yeah, this is. Okay. I'm doing this for you. Okay. If
Okay.
I had a warning label, what would it say?
So wait. But it's for me.
It's for you. What would your warning
would my-
label say? And I'm going to
um,
tell you what it would say.
Oh God, if I had a warning label.
Yeah.
Warning. Oh. Okay. Go.
Warning corrects your grammar.
Oh, that's a good one. I wish I had said that. I did something else.
Does not stop talking.
Does not stop talking. That's Alan's warning.
Yeah.
That's why I say he likes the fact that I have a television show, because it's the only time he can mute me.
But also when he listens to the podcast, he can speed you up.
You got to listen to us on like 3 times. So this is
Aaron-
what we have to do. This is for Alan.
Yeah.
Alan, I love you. And then when you listen to it, it'll sound normal.
It'll sound normal. I will walk into the bedroom and Aaron's like resting and he likes to like listen to podcasts and he'll be listening. I'm like, why does it sound like Allison? He's talking to Allison. It's because he listens to our podcast because I have a sweet husband.
All right, you got one more?
Yeah, okay. What's the one thing you'd never let me be in charge of? Oh, that's hard.
That
I don't know. I'm okay with you being in charge of stuff, so I'm gonna skip that.
I was just gonna write in charge of everything. Sorry.
That's basically.
I'll erase that.
I'm like, okay, well, we had the same answer. I'm like, you're in charge of everything. That's okay.
I'm in charge of everything.
Yeah, that's good.
I like it that way.
I'm good. I'm
Yes.
good.
That's why I don't like surprises. I don't like
Yeah.
surprise parties because I'm not in charge. I figured
like
that
you
out about
being-
me.
I like you being in charge because you make decisions I would make.
Okay. Last one.
Okay. If I called you from jail, what's your first guess for why I'm there?
Wait. So, if
You called me.
so-
You're calling me from. You're in jail.
So now, yeah, but this is I don't understand. So
Why are you in jail? Why would you
What-
be in jail?
No, but what's your first guess?
Yeah, that's my first guess of why you're
what's
there.
your first guess? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm asking you
Yeah.
of why I'm there.
Yes,
Um.
I've got mine.
Okay, go ahead.
Stalking a celebrity.
Oh, that could be a good one. Here's what I said.
He said stole Doritos.
I mean, it could be one of the two, but
Yeah.
yeah, stalking a celebrity is much more. You know me better than I know myself.
Yeah, there
the-
you go.
That's what this game proved. I appreciate that.
And I would record that conversation to put on the podcast. Well, thanks for listening to the latest Sis and Tell podcast. Don't forget to share us with your friends, share us with your family, share us with your foes.
As always, this has been Amanda and Allison with a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of nothing. We'll catch you next time.